Hey guys, what is going on? This is the Club of the Man 1993 country for episode number 72 of WWE Turner. We're going to go to 205 Live and talk about a cruiserweight here in this edition of WWE Turner. As this one did technically happen about 2 weeks ago, but I wanted to wait because sometimes, alliances end. Well, someone leaves an alliance and they still end up still being, in the same, role, whether they're a face or heel. So I just wanted to be safe because personally, I'm not completely for this turn, and I will explain why here in this video. So a couple weeks ago, um, the alliance of Drew Gulak, Gentleman Jack Gallagher, and the Brian Kendrick, they had just finished their cruiserweight championship run with Drew Gulak feuding with Cedric Alexander for a shot at the cruiserweight championship, and and afterwards they started feuding with Akira Tozawa. Because apparently Akira Tozawa, earlier in the year, it was Tozawa's former tag team partner, Hideo Itami, have put the Brian Kendrick on a shelf briefly with injury. Hideo Itami's GTS put Kendrick out a little bit longer. Tozawa's, whatever he did to him, was only a few weeks. It might have been kayfabe also. Anyways, getting off track here. My point is, though, they were feuding with Tozawa because apparently that's what happened. And then Kendrick won his first match back in just seconds. And then 2 weeks ago, when Gallagher faced Tozawa, he lost. After the match, Gulak brings back his PowerPoint presentation on how to make a better 205 Live. And he comes up with a slide of the Brian Kendrick crying, says no mercy. And he starts trashing on the Brian Kendrick. And Kendrick attacks him. And then it was a 2-on-1 assault on the Brian Kendrick. Now, tonight on 205 Live, it was Gulak taking on Tozawa. Gallagher caused a DQ, and it was a 2-on-1 beatdown until Kendrick came out and saved Tozawa and offered him a hand, and Tozawa, resisted, which makes sense, but then he accepted. And it looks like probably the next couple weeks we'll get a tag team match, Hala Playa, with Kendrick and Tozawa taking on a team of Gallagher and Gulak. So it's a really weird situation because, first off, out of the three of them, I would rather have seen it been Gallagher. Because personally, more and more I see it, I just don't think Gentleman Jack Gallagher is a true heel. I just don't see that mean streak in him. I just don't see it. I see him more as a hero, as like a baby face. Like that. That's what I see him more as. I just don't. It's just not hitting it out of the ballpark for me. So I would rather have seen it been Gallagher turning face than Kendrick. Second off, let's look at the story here. So they're fighting because of, yes, maybe, Kendrick gets injured. Kendrick is a former cruiserweight champion, and his plan did not work for Gulak. Well, then, you should have had Gallagher win the match, and then Kendrick lose his match, and then that's when they turned on Kendrick. So first off, it looks like Gallagher was the stronger one, and Kendrick was the stronger one. Gallagher looked like the weaker one in this situation. And also, why would they have Tozawa and Kendrick still team up with each other, even though they were going after Tozawa in the first place because he was hurt by Kendrick was hurt by Tozawa. Like all these loopholes there, it just doesn't quite make sense to me. And I just think, again, Kendrick's more of a natural heel. Now, the only reason why I would accept the face turn is if he would go to SmackDown. Kendrick goes to SmackDown and does something with Daniel Bryan. Well, Kendrick could have still been heel, but as a baby face, does like a tag team with Daniel Bryan. Because they both grew up together wrestling, well in the wrestling industry together. They were from Shawn Michaels' wrestling school when Daniel Bryan first started in. And apparently in 2008, when Brian Kendrick was the Brian Kendrick about to reveal the tag team partner, it was supposed to be Daniel Bryan. But then Brian Kendrick got fired, of course, but he came back to WWE a couple years ago through the Cruiserweight division. So unless they're putting Kendrick on SmackDown to do some type of team with Daniel Bryan or something, which I don't know if it's going to happen anytime soon because Bryan's obviously getting involved in the main event scene, I just don't see the point of turning Kendrick face. Like, I would have rather been Gallagher than Kendrick. made more sense for the story, I felt, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion. What is your thoughts on the Brian Kendrick now being a babyface on 205 Live? Do you think it should have been Gallagher? Do you think the story is just a little awkward, the situation, or do you think it works? Leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. And be sure to always click my like and subscribe to my channel and follow me on Twitter at DemandAirborne93. And as always, guys, please stay tuned for more WWE Turn Alert.